had constant tingling numbness and pain in your legs and your feet? What if healing it was like rebuilding a house after a terrible storm? You cannot just start building. You must first follow a specific three-phase process. Today, we are not just giving you another list of drinks. We are revealing a doctor's three-phase nerve repair protocol. Welcome back to Healthier Daily, the channel where we give you the simple science-backed truths to live a stronger and more independent life after 60. I'm your host, Dr. Ben Carter, and to be our wise master builder in this important healing protocol, we are joined by a physician who has spent his life teaching the wisdom of following a logical and a patient path to health. It is our great honor to welcome Dr. Shigeaki Hinohara.
Thank you for having me, Ben. A wise builder does not bring new and beautiful materials to a house that is still on fire. First, you must calm the storm, and you must put out the fire. Then you must clear the roads that lead to the house, and only then, when the construction site is peaceful and it is accessible, can you bring in the materials to be able to rebuild. Healing our precious nerves is exactly the same. This is so very important. I had a patient, a wonderful woman, who was suffering from a very painful neuropathy in her feet. She was trying everything. She was taking all of the supplements for rebuilding her nerves, but she was not getting any better. This was because her body was still in a state of chaos. She was not following the correct order of operations.
And that is exactly what our guide is all about today. Dr. Hinohara is going to walk us through his complete three-phase protocol for healing. In our journey today, we will learn Phase 1, calming the storm. We will then learn Phase 2, clearing the supply lines. And finally, we will discover Phase 3, delivering the building materials. It is a true blessing to have this kind of wisdom to be able to understand that our bodies have an intelligent and a very logical process for their own healing. If you are ready to learn this powerful step-by-step process for healing your nerves, please type the number 1 in the comments below. And be sure to subscribe to our channel. It's completely free. And this is a deep dive into the true art of rebuilding your body. Okay, doctor, let's begin your three-phase nerve repair protocol. As our wise builder for today, you said that we cannot bring new and beautiful building materials to a house that is still on fire. So for our patient with the painful neuropathy, and for our viewers at home who are suffering what is the first and the most important phase, how do we calm the storm?
Yes, Phase 1 is the most important and the most foundational of all. We must first put out the fire. This means that we must use the powerful anti-inflammatory and antioxidant drinks to be able to stop the ongoing damage that is happening to the nerves. Our 4 main and most important tools for this job are beautiful, warming, and very comforting drinks. They are green tea, turmeric, golden milk, ginger tea, and a high-quality, unsweetened dark chocolate cocoa. And for my patient, the woman who was taking all of the rebuilding supplements but was not getting any better, this was the great aha moment for her. We had her stop taking all of her other supplements, and for the first 2 weeks of our protocol, her only job was to drink 2 or 3 cups of these gentle, calming, and powerfully anti-inflammatory teas every single day. It was a perfect and a very comforting ritual for her, especially as the weather began to get cooler in these early autumn months. She was finally beginning to put out the fire.
So the very first step is to create a peaceful and a healing environment in the body. Let's look at the specific firefighting tools that are in each of these beautiful, warming drinks. Let's start with the ancient and the revered green tea.
The green tea is a true master of the antioxidants.
That is exactly right. As we have discussed in many of our videos, the great power of green tea comes from its very high concentration of special antioxidants that are called catechins, and especially the one called EGCG. These powerful catechins are absolute masters at neutralizing the dangerous free radicals that are causing so much of the oxidative stress and the damage to your delicate nerve cells.
And what about the beautiful turmeric golden milk? I know this is a very ancient and a very wise medicine in many cultures.
It is. And its power, as we now know, comes from the beautiful golden compound curcumin that is in the turmeric. The curcumin is one of the most powerful natural anti-inflammatories in the entire world. It works on a very deep and a very profound level to be able to calm the body's many inflammatory pathways. And as the source text for our video so wisely reminds us, you must always have your turmeric with a little bit of black pepper and a healthy fat like a beautiful coconut milk to be able to properly absorb all of its healing power. So the green tea is the great antioxidant and the turmeric is the great anti-inflammatory. What about the powerful ginger tea?
The ginger tea is another wonderful warming and very powerful anti-inflammatory. It works in a very similar and a very beautiful synergistic way to the turmeric.
That's right. The gingerols that are in the fresh ginger are the active medicinal compounds, and they also help to improve the healthy circulation of blood to the damaged nerves, which helps to wash away all of the inflammatory waste products and to bring in the healing nutrients. And finally, Doctor, our fourth and final drink for calming the storm, the very delicious dark chocolate cocoa.
Yes, but again, as we must always remind our viewers, it must be the pure and the unsweetened cacao, not the sugary hot chocolate that you buy in a packet.
That is the most critical and important difference. A high-quality dark cacao is one of the richest sources on the planet of another group of powerful antioxidants that are called flavonols. And these flavonols are wonderful for protecting the entire nervous system and for improving the healthy flow of blood to the brain. So you see, all four of these beautiful and delicious drinks are working together as a powerful and a very intelligent team to be able to put out the fire and to calm the storm in the body. It is a truly blessed thing to have so many of these beautiful, gentle, and delicious drinks from nature that are also such powerful and intelligent medicines for our bodies. So phase 1 of our nerve repair protocol is all about calming the storm using those beautiful and powerful anti-inflammatory teas to be able to create a peaceful and a healing environment in the body. That is a critical and a very wise first step. Now that the fire of inflammation is out, Doctor, what is phase 2 of our protocol? What does it mean to clear the supply lines?
Yes, once the fire is out and the area is safe, we must then clear all of the roads so that the important supply trucks can get through to the damaged construction site. This is the very important job of our next drink in the protocol, and that drink is beetroot juice.
And this is such a powerful and a very specific tool for this particular job. Let's look at the beautiful science of this. As we have discussed in our video on the nitric oxide protocol, the beautiful and earthy beetroot, which is a perfect and a very traditional vegetable for this autumn season, is one of the richest natural sources of dietary nitrates on the entire planet. When you drink the beetroot juice, your body very intelligently converts these natural nitrates into that magical and powerful molecule, nitric oxide. And as we now know, nitric oxide is your body's master vasodilator. It is the direct signal that tells your blood vessels to relax and to open up. This is so very important for nerve repair because it allows the fresh, nutrient-rich blood to finally be able to reach all of the small and the often constricted capillaries that are responsible for feeding your damaged nerve endings. With the beetroot juice, you are literally opening up the supply lines so that the healing can begin. So the beetroot juice clears the roads and it opens up the supply lines. The construction site is now fully accessible. This now brings us to the final and the most hopeful part of our entire protocol. What is Phase 3, delivering the building materials?
Yes, the roads are now clear. It is finally time to send in the construction crew and all of the building materials. This is the rebuilding and the truly restorative phase of our protocol. And for my patient, the woman who is suffering from the painful neuropathy, this was the next important step in her healing journey. After 2 weeks of just calming the storm with the anti-inflammatory teas, she then began to introduce the beetroot juice to open up the pathways. And then we began to send in the 2 most important rebuilding drinks. They are bone broth and aloe vera juice.
And these are 2 absolutely incredible sources of the direct building materials that our nerves so desperately need. Let's talk about the bone broth first.
The bone broth is the great structural healer of the body.
It is. As we know, the myelin sheath, which is that protective and very important fatty coating that wraps around all of our nerves, is made primarily of collagen and other important proteins. A high-quality homemade bone broth provides your body with a direct and a very bioavailable source of this precious collagen and all of the essential amino acids like glycine and proline that are needed to be able to repair this delicate insulation around your nerves. And what about the aloe vera juice, doctor? What is its important role as a building material?
The beautiful aloe vera provides the construction workers for the job.
That is a perfect way to put it. The source text for our video so wisely notes that the pure aloe vera juice is a very rich and a very wonderful source of the B vitamins, especially B1, B6, and B12. These important B vitamins are the essential cofactors or the workers that are needed for all of our healthy nerve function and for the entire nerve repair process. So the beautiful bone broth is providing the bricks and the mortar, and the aloe vera juice is providing the skilled workers to be able to do the construction. It is a truly blessed and a very intelligent design to see how nature provides us with not just the building materials, but also with the beautiful workers that are needed to be able to complete the important job of healing. This is such a complete and a very logical protocol, doctor. We love sharing it with our global community. To help us see our global community, please let us know what city, state, or country you are watching from. We love hearing from all of you. So the beautiful bone broth is providing the direct bricks in the mortar for our myelin sheath, and the wonderful aloe vera juice is providing the skilled workers the essential B vitamins to be able to do the important construction work. It is a brilliant and a very powerful combination. Doctor, what are the final building materials that we need to be able to complete our Phase 3 of the protocol?
Our final 2 drinks in our protocol are not so much about the direct building blocks, but they are about creating the perfect and the very safe environment for that important rebuilding to be able to happen. They are the beautiful blueberry smoothie and the gentle calming chamomile tea.
Let's start with the blueberry smoothie. We talked about the beautiful antioxidants in the blueberries in our calming the storm phase, but here in this final phase, I know that they are playing a different and a very special role. The deep blue and the beautiful purple pigments that are in the blueberries, which are called the anthocyanins, are not just powerful antioxidants. They are also what we call neuroprotective. This is a scientific term that means that they actively help to shield your delicate nerve cells from any further damage while the important repair process is happening. So to use our building analogy, you can think of them as the security guards that are protecting the construction site while all of the important work is being done.
And what about the chamomile tea? Doctor, how does this gentle and calming tea help us in our final rebuilding phase?
As we have said many, many times, the most important repair work in the entire body happens while we are in our deep and our most restorative stages of sleep. The beautiful chamomile tea is the gentle key that helps us to be able to enter that powerful healing state. The active compound apigenin that is in the chamomile helps to calm our entire nervous system. This allows us to be able to fall asleep more easily and to stay in those deep and restorative stages of sleep for a longer period of time. So the chamomile is not a direct building block, but it is the essential tool that ensures that the construction site is open for business for the longest possible time during the night. It is a perfect and a very soothing drink for these cool autumn evenings. Now, doctor, we have our complete three-phase protocol. It is an incredibly logical and a very powerful process. To bring all of this wisdom together, how does a person who is watching at home combine all of these different phases? What is the master protocol?
This is the most important part of the wisdom. You must follow the logical and patient order of the wise builder. For the first 1 to 2 weeks of your journey, you will focus only on phase 1. Your only job is to drink the beautiful and the anti-inflammatory teas to be able to calm the storm that is in your body. Then, in your 3rd week, while you are still drinking your calming teas, you will now introduce phase 2. You will add the beautiful beetroot juice to your morning routine to begin to open up the supply lines to your nerves. And finally, from your 4th week and onwards, when the system is calm and the pathways are open, you will now add phase 3. You will now bring in the beautiful bone broth, the aloe juice, and the other restorative drinks. You must be a patient and a very wise builder. You must not rush the process.
And doctor, what was the final and beautiful result for your patient? The woman with the painful neuropathy who learned to follow this beautiful and logical order.
This was the beautiful conclusion to her story. The patient who felt so hopeless, who had been throwing all of the rebuilding supplements at her body with no positive results, finally learned this wise protocol. By first calming the storm and then clearing the lines, and only then finally delivering the building materials for repair, her body was finally able to heal itself. The burning and the tingling that she used to feel in her feet began to fade away week by week. She did not just throw random things at her problem. She had learned to follow a wise builder's plan.
That is a truly beautiful and a blessed story. It is a powerful reminder that there is a natural and intelligent and a very sacred order to the healing process, and we find our own health when we learn to work in a beautiful harmony with it. Doctor, this has been an incredible and a very profound masterclass. You have taught us that healing nerve damage is not about one single magic drink, but it is about a wise and a very logical three-phase process. Your three-phase nerve repair protocol is a powerful and a very hopeful new way for us to think about our senior health. By following this beautiful builder's plan, by first calming the storm, then clearing the supply lines and finally delivering the building materials, our viewers can take a direct and a very intelligent step toward healing their nerve damage. This knowledge is a true cornerstone of a proactive senior health strategy. It is a practical and a gentle way to fight back against the tingling, the numbness, and the pain that comes from nerve damage, and to restore a sense of peace and of health to the body. Now, doctor, your three-phase protocol is a life-changing way of thinking. For our viewers at home who are inspired by this and who want to start their healing journey today, what is the most important and the wisest first step that they can take this week?
That is the most important question of all. The journey must always begin with one single gentle step. I will give you a simple 3-part action plan for your very first week. First, you must begin with a gentle audit. For the next 1 or 2 days, I do not want you to change anything. I simply want you to observe and to listen to your body. Is there a lot of heat, a lot of burning, and a lot of pain. This is the storm that is inside of you. Acknowledging that the storm is there is always the first and the most important step. Second, for the rest of the week, your only job is to choose one calming tea. You must begin with phase 1. Do not try to do everything all at once. You will choose just one of our calming the storm teas that we discussed. Choose the one that sounds the most gentle and the most delicious to you. Perhaps it is the beautiful ginger tea or the comforting turmeric golden milk. And third, you will create one simple ritual. Your only job for this week is to have one beautiful warm cup of that one single tea every single day. Perhaps you will have it in the evening before you go to bed. You will not worry about phase 2 or phase 3 yet. Your only job for this first week is to begin to bring a sense of peace to the storm. That is all. Gentle and loving consistency is where all true healing begins.
That is a perfect and a very achievable action plan.
I want to leave you with this one final thought. You must not be discouraged by the whispers of your body. A damaged nerve can heal, but you must be a wise builder. You must be patient, and you must follow the right steps in the right and proper order.
That is a beautiful message, Doctor. It's a wonderful reminder to be good stewards of our health by embracing a blessed and a very logical process of healing and not just looking for a single magic bullet. And of course, it is absolutely essential that you speak with your personal doctor or a registered dietitian before making any significant changes to your diet or adding any new herbal remedies, especially if you have existing health conditions. Please remember that our conversation today is for educational purposes and is not a substitute for the direct medical advice from your own trusted physician. If you found this guide empowering and it gave you a new and a hopeful strategy for your health, please give this video a like so that others can find this vital information, and be sure to share it with a friend or a family member. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel. It is completely free, and it ensures you will not miss our next practical health guide. And for our community discussion today, we would love to know which phase of this healing protocol, calming the storm clearing, the supply lines, or delivering the building materials, do you feel that you need to focus on the most in your own health journey? Please share your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for being with us. Be well.